We're here with John Haaland, General Chairman of the Great Southwest Track and Field Classic. It's the 38th time they've had this, not always here at the stadium in Albuquerque, but John, tell us about the history.
Well, you know, the history goes back to Phoenix, Arizona. That's where the meet first started in 1933, and then the war and all that kind of stuff. They had Utah, New Mexico, and Arizona involved. And then through the guidance of Clyde Bolts, he ran it for 25 years in Phoenix, did an incredible job. I don't know how he did that. I actually got involved with the Great Southwest Track and Field Classic in 1984. I was coaching at Del Norte High School, girls track, and I was selected as the female state selection chair. And I did that till 1999. I did it basically by myself. But it was a lot of fun, got to be involved with great athletes, got to travel to Phoenix. And then in 1999, Clyde Bolts approached Matt Henry and I and wanted to know if we would take over the Great Southwest Track and Field Classic. And my goal is to make this the #1 meet in the country. This year we added Tennessee, Arkansas, Washington. Next year we're going to have Oregon, Montana, and Idaho, and hopefully Wyoming. But I think our meet is the caliber that we should be recognized and be able to find a national sponsor.
There's been some pretty impressive athletes that have competed out here in this tournament, ones that have gone on to some pretty impressive levels at college and even in the pros in various other sports. Talk about some of those athletes.
Well, two that come off the top of my head is Robert Griffin Jr. You know, he ran his last 300-meter hurdles here, and of course everybody knows that he's the Washington Redskins quarterback. The other event that I really remember is we had 3 girls. I apologize for not remembering the year, but we had 3 high jumpers over 6 foot, and one of those is Bridget Barrett, who is an Olympian now and is at ASU, and then Jamie Samuels. There's another guy that both his races were wind dated, but he ran 10.07 and 20.32. Those come to my mind. And then there was Karan Clements was here, Jason Richardson was here, Bianca Knight, Michelle Carter, Andrea Carter, and there's probably a few others that I've left out that have gone on to be Olympians.
There's a kid named Curtis Beach that competed here, a few times too, and is doing pretty darn good.
Yeah, Curtis, local boy that set the national record in the decathlon, and in fact all the junior and the high school and the international implements, and he just finished 7th in the NCAA finals. And then Gunnar Nixon, who came back here a couple of years ago and broke his record with over 8,000 points. Our multi-event seems to attract the better heptathletes in decathlon. And you know, we did one of the first meets that really has decathlon for girls, because I personally believe that eventually that I don't know if heptathlon will disappear, but I believe that the decathlon will become an official event for females.
What does it take to put on this meet? How many volunteers, how many staff members would you say you've got?
Well, as far as putting on the meet, there's 3 of us. That's me, Blaine Clark, and Fred Bullich. Now we have about 75 officials. And then we have a Kiwanis Club that is about 35 strong, and they provide our shuttle service, they provide our tickets, and just odds and ends things, registration. If it wasn't for that support staff, we wouldn't have a meet. I mean, that's for sure. And the other important part of this meet is what we call state selection chairs. You know, this is an invitation-only meet, and we have in each state anywhere from 4 to 10 state selection committee, and they're the ones that recruit and bring the athletes. This meet is for the athletes. Period. Point, period. And that's my feeling. I want this to be a friendly atmosphere. Ryan Krause, who at one time held the national record with heptathlon, she was here a few years ago, set the meet record, which still stands. I was talking to the coach there from Pennsylvania. He said, you know what? This is the most relaxed meet we've ever been to. And when you're in a relaxed meet, you can perform.
Now this year you've got quite a few state champions, U.S. #1s. Do you want to elaborate on what has those that have come?
Well, I'll just kind of highlight some of the top events. I felt the decathlon and heptathlon with Alexis Harmon and with Wolf Mailer. I mean, they both set personal bests and they're ranked now in the country in the USA. Today, I believe the 100-meter dash for girls is going to be incredible. I don't know how fast they'll be in the 100, but I really believe tonight, if the weather conditions are right, and they've been for the last 2 days, I believe we'll have our first 200-meter dash for girls under 23 seconds. 400-meter dash for men, we've got the number 2, Reggie Glover. Every guy that's come here has improved at least a half a second. So there's no doubt in my mind that he'll go under 46. In the 100-meter dash, we've got Trayvon Bromwell, and we're not as strong this year in the 100-meter dash for boys, but I really believe that he could break 2:10 too. Again, it goes back to the weather conditions and how hard he's pushed. The 800-meter run is going to be fantastic. We've got Charles Young from Missouri, who's been under 150. He was here second last year when Nick Hartley from Nevada broke the record. We have Blair Henderson, who's 150.5, and Javon Patterson, who's from Florida. He's at 151.2. So I can see that maybe the record will be broken tonight if the weather conditions are good. It's not windy and it's calm. And what other races? 200-meter dash elite boys is going to be fantastic. We've got 2 or 3 that are under 21, and all the rest of them are other 4 or 5 are under 21.2, 21.3. And then the girls' long jump is going to be incredible. We've got China Reeves, Kyra Moreland. They're all over 20 feet 2, 23, 26, 20 feet 6 inches. And then there's 2 or 3 other girls that are over 19.5. Jasmine Graham, I can think of one of them. And then the girls' 200-meter dash. I mean, we've got 5 to 6 girls that are in the top 8 in the country. Like I say, I think that race is going to go under 23 this year. I really do. The boys' pole vault, we got the number 1 and number 2, David Murphy from Texas, who's gone 17.8 1/4. If he does that, he'll break the meet record. And then Dylan Dubio from Louisiana, he's gone 17.3. Boys' high jump, we have 7.3, number 2 in the country, and Logan Britton from Amarillo, Texas. I always try to get the best here. I always try to get the best. I really do. 4x100, there's a team that I believe will run in the low 39s. That's Reggie Glover, Jeremy Strange, Trayvon, and then the 4th person on that team is Walter Tucker. They're all from Florida. And then the 4x400 is going to be incredible. I think they could run a 306, 307. They've got Jeremy Strange, Walter Tucker, TJ Holmes, and Jeremy Strange.